Sandip Agarwal, fund manager at Sowilo Investment Managers, joins us for more. Sandip, very good morning to you. Now, you've had a graded movement of making H-1B visa allocations tougher. And the direct target is clearly Indian IT companies, even though they have consistently saying, okay, it's not going to make a difference. How much of a difference does this make? And I believe from February of 2026, the lottery system goes, right? If I'm not mistaken, a bulk of the lotteries, after the lottery system, the bulk of the H-1B visas goes to Indian companies?
Hi, good morning, and thanks for having me on the show. So I think whether things are becoming tougher or not, this is a question for the HR and not for the sales head and the CEOs of the company, in my opinion, because those are the people, the visa department, the operations department, and the HR department, which have to fight these challenges which are coming. So if you see the intentions are quite clear that they want to make H-1B tougher and tougher. While the positive side, the way which it can be flipped for the people who believe in the sector and who think that there will be a lot of growth going forward, is that they can say that, okay, by this means you can do more offshoring, means you can execute more from India. I agree to that, but also remember that you will always need some portion of people to be sent from India. Now, by increasing the bringing in the lottery system based on the highest salaries, it is clearly favoring the big techs. So no way Indian IT companies will get any chance to send people. Only after everyone has sent and there is no one to go, then only probably they will get chance. So I think it is a clear favor being done to the big seven, eight American tech companies, and is very detrimental to all Indian IT software companies. Now, whether they could execute more from offshore and all those benefits can come, I agree that all these rules finally will benefit them in a long term, but it is a nightmare from operation perspective. Also, they will have to become more choosy on what the kind of contract they take. So wherever there is more on-site requirement or initial higher on-site requirement, either the margins will get very low or they will not be able to execute. So I think consistently there is a lot of bad news which is coming in the sector, and it is not going to stop, in my view, till everything settles down. So I see this as quite negative.
Just sorry, I have one follow-up there, Sandip. You started your comment by saying this is the HR's problem, not really the sales problem. But doesn't it ultimately become the sales and the company's problem? What is your selling point? Is that you are going to provide better costing for labor and for skilled workers at a better rate thanks to the H-1B visa. Now, this just directly skews that whole balance and your commercials on it. They are going to give more visas to higher skilled workers.
So I was responding to the point which you made, that most of the managements and companies are still saying it doesn't impact us. So I'm saying the people from whom you are asking, probably they are not the right people. This question should go to the visa department, the HR personnel, and the operations.
Okay. So you agree with me that it does actually impact, even though IT companies are playing it down?
Yeah, it definitely impacts. See, I have run a tech company. I know what is the challenge we go through when you have to find, and these are new constraints, new conditions which are coming. In long term, what will happen? The client will adjust to the reality that more and more work should be executed from India and offshore. That is definitely going to happen, or with all these challenges. But from the talent perspective, the cream of the country will go to the big tech directly. So it is basically direct brain drain from India. The best talents will now be going to the big techs like Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and all that. So it will benefit those big techs. They will be able to get the best talent at best price.
Sandeep, good morning. Hiral on this side. So 100% you are seeing a margin impact also that will be coming in. Now, if you have to divide this between the tier one giants like TCS, Infosys, HCL and the others, and the mid-cap firms like Emphasis, LTI, Mindtree, Persistent, do you think the smaller, the mid-cap ones will be more vulnerable on the back of the higher US exposure that they have and smaller margins? Because that's where the rally has been. You have your mid-cap for IT companies which have run up quite a bit as compared to your large caps, but now this could probably then reverse.
So I think it will hurt all of them, because what happens in case of large cap, the problems are different. They are being under more supervision, more monitoring. So they have to abide very strictly to everything. So for them, it will be more challenging from that perspective, although their scale size do allow them to, spend more money, their balance sheets are better and all those things. So I think that is the way. But also remember that, after a few months or few quarters, people will start discounting that when the new US election happens and post that the government comes, whether they will continue with same policy or not. Because see, remember, finally, the software talent in the world is only available in India. If you see pure IT services, which is outsourced globally, 95% will be India's market share. It shows as 80% primarily because there is BPO also, where we are not so strong. So I think that this is a time problem of 18 months, 24 months. And that is what I've been saying, that next 12 to 18 months will be even more painful for Indian IT. You will not make money, in my opinion. But after that, the new administration, whenever it comes and all, they will have a more pragmatic view. This is a software factory of the world. You have to, send people from here. You can't restrict that. And I think when those things come out, then, we will be in a much better position. And by that time, the negative impact of AI will also be gone. So I think after 12 to 18 months, there will be a period when you will make a lot of money in the sector.
Just very quickly, wondering that while a lot of moves are made for optics as well, and the whole implementation might be difficult even if part is, do you reckon this is on similar lines, or could this have real material impact starting 2026 for Indian IT firms?
No, so I will not say this is pure optics, because from
Part
April you will
optics.
have to face this. From April you will have to face, because once the rule is changed that the highest salary, the salary becomes a rule, then obviously the top ranker IITs and all those will be preferred, and they by default want to go with the big techs. So there will be challenge. I don't think it is pure optics. There will be challenge with this rule.
Fair call. Okay. Okay, Sandip. But I'm guessing, Sandip, 30-second answer. Is the Indian IT sector therefore an avoid under the current circumstances, or are you selectively buying? I don't want the names. I know you can't give names, but still.
We will buy small companies which have India exposure, because in India there is no one left to provide, because last 10 years everyone has left.
You are omitting everything that is US exposure.
I'm not omitting everything, but ER&D I will love to have, but at a price, not at the current multiples.
But services,
I go by
IT services you're avoiding. Everything which has got US exposure.
Traditional IT services player I'm completely avoiding. I will selectively buy ER&D, and I will buy small cap India focused IT companies for next 12 to 18 months. Then I may change my strategy.
Wow. That's quite a clear call. Sandip, thank you for joining us this morning and for your insights on this.